We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark.
Oh, man. And rain all weekend in the Burke. What is up, boys and girls? Welcome to your work week. It is Monday on the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. What's good?
What it do?
You all right? We all right? Lots going on around here, man. We may get, well, we should, I believe, and I don't know that for certain. I don't know that we're going to get it on this show, but certainly I think we will today get a starting quarterback for the University of New Mexico Lobos. I'll give you my thoughts. I was out of practice at the scrimmage on Saturday. What I saw, Danny Gonzalez is going to be with us coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll see what he's got to say as we get set for Aggie game week. Aggies open up now this week. It is a home game against Nevada. They will be on ESPN2 on Saturday night. You watch preseason football. Oh, but you didn't see Tommy, did you? Man, no Tommy, and he might be the biggest talk of the National Football League, which, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of how it is. It's who he is. We'll talk about his offensive line. What stood out to you besides, well, you had a big soccer weekend, man.
Oh,
Right.
lots of soccer.
You did United's 2-0 victory over Monterey Bay on Saturday. You did the Lobos 4-2 victory over Cal State Bakersfield yesterday, just beating up on California teams around here. Jaden Edwards with a hat trick. So a lot of soccer for you.
Not too bad. First half hat trick for Jaden Edwards, who was also named to the Herman Trophy watch list over the weekend, which is the Heisman Trophy for soccer.
How many people are on that watch list?
60.
That's a pretty big deal.
First ever Lobo.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good. And then she went out and all she did was have a hat trick, and they get their first victory of the season 4-2. So we'll get into some of that. I don't know what you think is the biggest story coming out of the weekend, whether it's Lamar Jackson getting a deal on the table that's bigger than what's my guy in Arizona?
Kyler Murray.
Thank you. Goodness gracious. Whether it's A. Marie's show finally launching, whether it's Lobos having what's the biggest story of the weekend?
We got to go with the quarterbacks.
Bigger than A. Marie's show?
Yes.
Barely bigger.
Barely
But-
bigger.
Getting close to locking up Lamar Jackson, because he has said that once the season starts, he does not want to negotiate anymore. And so it becomes an Aaron Judge situation.
Yep.
Just how good can you do? And there's been a little more angst around that situation from people outside. Kind of went under the radar last week, but Steve Young is talking about the Baltimore Ravens. The way they're playing is holding back Lamar Jackson. And I thought that was a fascinating comment because it feels like all we do is talk about how that's perfect for Lamar Jackson. Is everything is built for him. They're utilizing his legs while he still can and be one of the best running quarterbacks in this league, a run-based offense. But are they limiting his ability to grow as a quarterback? Very interesting, especially at this moment in time where you're going to pay him at least top 3 or 4 money at the position in the league.
Especially from that guy. Now, the difference here, and this is really interesting too, and I don't know if this affects the relationship, and I don't know how it can't, it is Lamar's representing himself. Now, typically, and I don't know if you watched the broadcast last night, Ravens were on Fox last night against the Cardinals. There was a lot of talk about how, there's always a buffer. The agent is the buffer between the front office, the coach, and the player. The player can just say, you know what, I'm just doing my job, and they handle their business. Well, no, because part of what you're doing is actually negotiating your own deal. There is no agent getting whatever percent out of this. And so the deal that Kyler Murray has was a 5-year, $230.5 million extension with the Cardinals, not all guaranteed, but he still had 2 seasons left, he being Murray, on his rookie contract, so he'll average less per year than Deshaun Watson over the life of that deal, and less than half of his deal is guaranteed, so about $103 million. Not a bummer. Only 100. You're only going to get 103 guaranteed.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I know. So he's expendable Arizona on the back end of his contract from like 2026 to 2028, but that's neither here nor there. Jackson is representing himself, as I told you on this, and so he's asking somewhere in the area of about $46 million a year in new money. He wants all new money on top of whatever this year, and they want it. He says he wants to stay there. They said they want him. It's interesting that you say that. Steve Young says that because isn't that what makes him Lamar Jackson? Is it what the ability to get him out in open space? What makes him? He is a better passer than he was when he came into the league, but I don't think anybody thinks he's Joe Burrow, even Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert, right?
Yeah, they're maximizing his talent within the scheme. And that's why I'm not worried. If this happens, like 5-year deal, this is still the prime window of what you're going to be able to get out of Lamar Jackson. I do think what's interesting is kind of the path that Baltimore has taken in this offense. They know maybe some of the limitations that Lamar Jackson has as a passer, and over the last, I think it's like 3 to 4 years, they've been bottom 2 or 3 in wide receiver spending. And so they're just using the draft, going through those players, and then moving on. I think if you're a Steve Young, a quarterback that not quite Lamar Jackson's athleticism, but he was a runner. He moved around. He got out there, made plays. And he might be looking at, are they giving Lamar Jackson the ability to become better in those tight situations, to make some throws from the pocket when we see at times, especially late in the season, in the postseason, things are going to tighten up.
Aside from Mark Andrews, his tight end, who's the best receiver he's had? Is it Hollywood Brown?
Yeah.
Who's now gone. So his number one receiver is Rashad Bateman. He's got Devin Duvernay and James Porsche. Those are his top 3 receivers. Jalen Moore's there, Demarcus Robinson's there, Tylan Wallace is there. I mean, guys that you're like, wait, who? Who should I draft off of that team? You took Bateman and that's it. Like, yeah, I don't think the average football, like average pretty good football fan, which I think we are, right? We're pretty deep knowledgeable. How many of those guys you know a lot about? Outside of Bateman, you know a lot about Devin Duvernay, James Porsche,
guys that were there last year.
Right,
Wallace, young dude from Oklahoma State. It's Mark Andrews. They got this kid Likely,
who was good yesterday. Yeah,
4th round pick, tight end, but
Isaiah
he's still
Likely. Yeah.
Talking about tight end 2. Mark Andrews isn't coming off the field, but you see a lot of 2 tight end sets in that offense, and so it's just interesting the timing of all this for people on the outside wondering about the little. You still have to see some development there as a passer. If the Ravens ultimately want to be an AFC Championship team, try to win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson, I don't think they'd abandon what they do because that's his skill set. Have a really good running game, use your athleticism outside, but you're going to have to make big-time throws late in the season.
All right, 505-243-0610 is how to get to us today. 888-922-0610. You can email Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com, and on the Twitter _JJ Buck. We're going to talk to Danny Gonzalez coming up at 8 o'clock this morning, the head football coach at UNM. And we'll get his thoughts on the weekend, on the final scrimmage. Now the kind of camp is over, essentially, and now it's kind of it's season prep, so we'll get into that. There's been so much Tom Brady talk. We've got to hit that. We'll go over the baseball. Yankees went over the weekend. We'll hit United. The high school season started on Thursday and Friday. We got to go there because crazy. So can I just hit this off the top? So I get home Friday night, and Addie and I, it's funny how now that she's in high school, she loves watching all the high school shows. And they were all on different times because that's just how they were. And Cleveland gets beat by Centennial. Rio Rancho gets beat by La Cueva, both at home. And I wondered if did this cross your mind? Have they ever lost those two schools ever on the same night at home?
Thankfully, James Yotis.
James Yotis did that research for us and wrote a column yesterday. And the answer is they never have. I'm like, that was the first thing that came to my mind was, wow. They did?
Yes.
No, they both lost on the at the same day, but I don't think at home on the same day. There was a day in 20
at home. Okay.
Yeah, there was a day in 2013, right?
Both lost to teams from New Mexico.
From New Mexico, but I don't think James. I'm pretty sure his column says they both never did lose on the same day at home before last Friday, when La Cueva went and beat them 30-7, and La Cueva did not give up a touchdown to Rio Rancho's offense. It was a pick six early, and then they ran off 30 straight. And Centennial from Las Cruces came up and beats Cleveland, and spoiling the new coach debut there. So that was pretty alarming to me. And then did you see the end of the game down in Artesia, where Carlsbad scored with about 20 seconds to go up, and the kid returned the kickoff, and they win the game? Artesia did on a kickoff return with 10 seconds to go-ish. Pretty amazing stuff. Then you had the Himes kid from San Diego going for 7 touchdowns. We had what a great start. So I want to get into some of that. Good morning, Anne-Marie.
Hello.
Anne-Marie is producing on.
There's a lot going on.
She's gone over to the other side of the glass, just for our show. How was the big debut?
It was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of nice texts from a lot of the opening drive people. So thank you.
Good. All right. Well,
it happened.
It's
going to continue to hopefully happen.
That's.
And I hit a parlay.
And you hit a parlay?
Yeah.
How many teams?
Just
Or
3.
how many? All right.
I've been sticking to 3.
Well, 3's a lot easier to hit than 7. Yeah.
Good place to start.
I mean, playing a 7-team parlay, seven
I know, it's
play
so
parlay,
ridiculous.
it's kind of like hitting the freaking lottery.
Yeah. It's so fun to me.
No, it is fun. Then keep doing it.
No, but I'm liking the 3.
I mean,
I'm sticking with 3
is
for
the
now.
goal fun, or do you want to win some money?
Both.
Whatever. Yeah. So do both. Play a 7 and a 3.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever is it within your means, certainly.
Absolutely.
All right. When we come back, I want to get into the Brady stuff. There's a really interesting rumor going on around there about why he may not be. And you know what? Of all of it, it's bizarre, it's bonkers,
bizarre.
and it kind of makes the most sense out of all of the other stuff that's out there. So we'll get into that. Danny Gonzalez at 8 o'clock. You can be part of the radio show this morning at 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mix a little sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game, from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Right. Fantasy football season's upon us too. I heard you talking a lot of fantasy football on your big show over the weekend.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah, I had a big draft over the weekend.
Me too.
Now I'm contemplating a trade already.
Same.
I'm like, JJ, what do you think?
Like, is this good enough? Should I make the trade? Someone I missed who's
What do
on
you
the
think?
wire.
So what do you think of that, though? I mean, it got graded the lowest draft in the league, which made me feel good.
Those are always difficult when you have keepers involved.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because it changes things, especially if you keep a really good player that you've had for a year or two in a late round, and it's like real life. Don't care about draft grades.
Oh, I don't.
Don't worry about it.
I know.
No, but people love
Last
it.
year I was stoked.
When they get that email, they're like, "Oh my
I
god,
got an A. Look at me."
Like, okay.
Yeah. Now I got the C, and I'm like, all right, good. That means I did well. I must have done all right. You like it?
I do. I actually think that it is a very good trade offer you have on the table as well.
It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. All right, 505-246-0610.
can we hear it?
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
I'm like, what a tease.
You don't want the negotiations to get out there. People start talking about it.
I mean, all those guys are listening.
Maybe then people in the league start going crazy over the text messages.
Yeah, they're all listening to the show. I mean, they listen to award-winning radio. That's why, half the guys I wanted went right before me, literally, right? Like, I can't coming up the snake and down the snake. The same 2 dudes, so I know who's listening to the show. It was the same 2 dudes took my guy 4 times. 4 times. Yeah. All right. Tom Brady is, according to Todd Bowles, going to be back this week. Todd Bowles, the coach of the Buccaneers. Tom Brady's had a leave from camp. It was something that everybody evidently knew about beforehand, that Tom had negotiated or let the team know. I don't know how much negotiating was there. Hey, man, I got a commitment. I got to go do something. And they're like, all right, do your thing. Because you're Tom Brady because you're Tom Brady. So, fine, cool. I just don't know. And everybody's starting to lose their mind. Well, this guy, it's different. Why should he be treated different? If anybody has the right to be treated different, it's this guy. So there was a lot. Is he taking care of a family member? Is somebody sick? I hope nobody's sick. But if somebody's sick, that if somebody's not doing well, but it doesn't feel this way because it was premeditated. And so the latest story out there is: do you remember in the offseason when Tom Brady was retired, and Tom Brady had cut a deal with Fox? Actually, the deal happened even after when he came back, didn't it? Anyway, there's a deal he's got with Fox that he was going to be on Fox TV. And there's a story that part of his deal was he was going to appear on, what's the show, Masked Singer?
I heard that.
The Masked Singer.
All right. And that's taped content, and they're probably taping it for the sweep season.
Gronk, we've seen Gronk on it.
Right.
Terry Bradshaw.
Okay. I've never seen the show. What is it? So somebody in a costume sings and you're supposed to guess who it is?
And they try to guess.
Do they give you clues?
Yes.
All right.
There's like clue pack. It's very entertaining.
All right. I'm going to tell you, this is the most buyable, that's V-I-A-B-L-E and B-U-Y-A-B-L-E, reason I've heard. Now, they're not going to say anything because of you got to keep all that stuff. It's like Jeopardy. You're sworn to secrecy, you don't get your money, because it'll screw up the whole.
Even if he's not,
yeah,
so many more people are tuning in to the Masked Singer just to see if this
right.
rumor is going to be true. There's going to be football reporters watching the Masked Singer each episode to see if Tom Brady is revealed.
Do you have a problem with Tom? I know a lot of people do. Do you have a problem with Tom Brady not being at camp for a week and a half or whatever it is?
I don't.
Neither do I.
But all those people that were saying that the ship was too loose last year and Bruce Arians was a problem,
including evidently Tom Brady,
and now he's doing this, it's going to be simmer down a little bit and realize, the GOAT has some edges. And because this is exactly what they were complaining about last year. Now, I get his training camp, and Tom Brady can do whatever he wants, but at some point, you got to be like, really? So that was the issue. Bruce Arians was just too loosey-goosey, and this dude is bouncing. That's the caveat. Because it was pre-planned. And when it's pre-planned, it's hard to say there's some family emergency that came up.
Mm-hmm. Unless somebody had a surgery or something. But
so there's a lot of things. It's ultimately Tom Brady, and when he walks back in that locker room, they're gonna be like, "Hey Tom, good to see you. We got a chance."
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the center and the guard position.
I think that's right.
Than Tom Brady right now. But there is some elements of there's so much talk that Tom Brady was upset, the ship was too loose, he retired for 7 days to get Bruce Arians fired, and if he is off filming the Masked Singer, you can go a little bit like, okay.
Yeah.
Get over yourself, Tom.
So, what if there was a contract, right, that he had signed when he was retired, and he was obligated to do that?
Then the one thing I will say in all that, is kind of move on from the loose ship Bruce Arians when you lose on like a crazy play in a back and forth game.
Well, and there's going to be a third down play where he overthrows Mike Evans, or Mike Evans goes in and he throws out, or Russell Gage him and Russell Gage don't connect, or something, and it's going to go straight to, well, Tom missed a week and a half of training camp, and maybe they're not on the same page because of that. I could write your script for you. I firmly believe training camp's there for a reason, right? There's a reason you guys are together for 4 weeks straight, and it's bonding. It's bonding on the field. It's getting on the same page. It's training. If there is a human on the planet that can miss a week and a half of training camp, it is Tom Brady. Okay, it just is. And at 45 years old, and he's gone through this 20-something times or whatever it is, I'm not worried about him playing. And I got to tell you, I'm not as worried as the world is about him in the locker room on this thing, about what kind of example is he setting, all the garbage that goes with it. I think anybody who is in a professional locker room, okay, I think you get to the NFL level, I think any guy there understands that everybody is not treated equally. That Tom Brady is not treated like
Kyle Trask.
Thank you.
Yes. And I don't think there's going to be a locker room issue.
I don't.
I think there's just more talking head, fans, banter.
Noise. Yeah.
All those things that, Tom Brady gets the benefit of the doubt for everything.
And by the
Because
way,
all he does is hold up his hands. They're like, okay, you're right.
see all these? If he is Shoot the Masked Singer and he had a contract, I'm just going to tell you that's the most reasonable thing I've heard so far. Because to your point, if this was pre-planned, then could it be a family emergency? It could be. It could be, could somebody have had surgery and we're going to, this is when we have to do it because the doctor was unavailable and was in Madagascar and just came back. I don't know why Madagascar. Right? So, I mean, it's not impossible that it could have been a planned surgery that he has to be there for somebody in his family. And I know everybody's hoping that's not it. Especially because, A, they're hoping nobody's sick, and B, because if it's something else, they've got a story that they can go on for a week. Right? I mean,
yes.
You could rip out, what's he doing with the Masked Singer? Oh, my God, how can he do that? He's trying to win a Super Bowl.
It's fine. I'm with you on that one. I just think, like, then I think we just do have to a little bit and just squash it was too much of a loose ship then last year.
Yeah,
Tom Brady's bouncing to do the Masked Singer, but Bruce Arians was a problem. Like, no. Like, you just lost on a bad defensive
Can I write your headline?
Yes.
Masked Slinger.
Ooh.
Huh? All right with that?
What if he retires?
When? Right now?
I don't know.
He's not going to retire now.
I don't know.
You think that? I mean, you honestly think that's
I've read so many different stories.
So you really think he went through all this mess to retire 2 weeks before the season starts?
I hope not.
No way. Like no way.
I've read everything from divorce to retirement.
Yeah, I've heard the divorce thing
to
too.
The Masked Singer.
I've heard the divorce thing too.
Oh, it's all silly.
Why? Tell me why he would retire. Why would he go through all of that?
I don't know.
To do that now.
I just
to jam it up their backside for not letting him go to Miami or Vegas.
Silly gossip, yes.
Because then there's the Vegas thing.
Do you believe Dana White?
So do I believe him? Yeah, I believe him. Yeah, and he was.
I mean, he was about to go to Miami
wasn't
too.
he with Gronk when he said all this?
Yeah.
Dana White said that he brokered a trade to send Gronk and Brady to the Raiders in 2020 when they won the Super Bowl and John Gruden Nixon. Do we know what was coming back, by the way? What the Raiders were sending back? I mean, I would assume Derek Carr in that, right?
I'm assuming.
How's Dana White orchestrating that trade?
I don't. He's in Vegas and he's
he an
there
investor,
and he's. I don't know, dude. How does anything happen anymore?
And then he was going to go.
Wasn't that when
be a part
Brady
of
was
Miami
a free agent,
Dolphins?
though? Or not? What was it? That's 21 season.
No, that was Brady's first year, right? But maybe he already signed his deal. And it was so much. Dana White says that Brady was looking for a house. The biggest story involving Dana White to me isn't that? It's that fight on Saturday night. Usman getting knocked out with a kick to his head with a minute left in that fight. That was, I mean, to me, we can go there. All right, break time because we're late. What?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network.
Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless.
Oh, Tommy. Tommy might be the mass slinger. 505-246-0610. You guys are already hitting me with this.
I like it. Good fancy team name, too.
The mass slinger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's Edward?
He's already,
Tommy. What does he think about Tommy?
He's sending me texts and,
okay, I was gonna say.
and correspondence. Ren, I already got a boy. I disagree with A. Marie. The history of preseason. So you get your own show. You get. I
can't wait.
I disagree with your emails. Ren says,
I've
Jeff,
been waiting.
She said preseason is not to watch Thomas Patrick Brady. It's to see Joe Blow Vikings 7th round pick from Timbuktu State. But how many roster spots are really up for grabs? Half a dozen, maybe, per club? You don't need 3 to 4 games for that. The reason preseason is obsolete is guys needed to get back in shape since they had real jobs in the offseason. They sacked groceries or sold used cars or drove buses. Now these dudes play year-round. They never really get out of shape. So Ren's not wrong in regards to what training camp, spring training, pick your sport, what it used to be. The reason was, it was to get guys back in shape. Now they make enough money that they're not selling insurance in the offseason. They're not sacking groceries. They come back in shape, not in game shape, and so they use camp to get back into game shape. So Ren says you don't need 2 or 3 of these damn things or 4 to watch
3
your
weeks.
7th round pick from Timbuktu.
Who cares, honestly?
Ren?
Like you don't have to watch it, and you know why it's not going anywhere? They sell tickets to them, and people show up in
there's a lot of
droves for
people.
certain games.
Did you watch it over the weekend?
Like the Cowboys-Broncos game,
There were crowds.
There are crowds.
packed.
Yeah, there were crowds. A lot of them.
Good thing baseball season's still going on for you.
Yeah. Omar says, whew, we needed that, Jeff. I know it's just spring training, but Dallas Cowboys needed to show we had a pulse against a squad that's being hyped as a contender for the belt.
But it's not important.
Well, I mean, Omar thinks it is. Ren doesn't. See, that's the beauty of this format.
I know, that's what I love.
Yeah.
They found their kick returner.
You think?
From a preseason game.
You
there
think?
You go.
No. James says, Coach Ches 2015 equals baseball closer, question mark. Jeff, remember 2015, the Mountain West Conference was so bad. Ivan Sanchez got Coach of the Year almost by default. I don't understand why a baseball closer who comes in at the top of the 9th and chokes eventually gets awarded the win if his offense bails him out in the bottom of the 9th. There's got to be someone more deserving of the win. It's interesting. That is a quirk, I imagine. So J.J. Buck comes in to close out the game, and his team's up 4-2, and he gives up a 2-run home run, but finishes the inning. He's the pitcher of record, and his team scores in the bottom of the 9th. They win 5-4. You get a blown save. So, James, that pitcher does get a blown save, but he also you'd be the winning pitcher. James thinks there's got to be a better way to do that.
That is why the win in baseball is one of the most overrated stats in all of sports.
I want to argue with you on that. I really, really, really want to argue with you on that. What's a better stat for a pitcher besides ERA?
It shows that you're good.
What does the win?
Like give your team a chance to win.
Yeah.
But it is so wonky. Like you have situations like that for a reliever, then get the win. The starter could have thrown 7 shutout innings. It's nothing.
That's right.
No decision.
No, starter can go 7 shutout innings and
get the loss.
Could get it could the starter can't throw 7 shutout innings and get a loss. He cannot get a loss.
Because then he wouldn't be the pitcher of record. You're right.
He cannot get the loss.
Even 7 innings, 1-run ball or something. Like
now, 1-run ball, he can get the loss.
Yeah. So like crazy things like that.
Yes. But he can go 7 innings shutout, and some guy comes in and they score a run in the ninth, and that's the winning pitch. That's the pitcher of record. So I don't know if I consider it the most, would you say, overrated stat? But I think it doesn't tell all. A 20-win season used to be a big deal. Now nobody gets a 20-win season. I mean, pitchers of record, starting pitchers so often are not the pitcher record. So, man, a lot of baseball stuff in here. Gene, why AAA baseball is so important, Jeff? Albuquerque's AAA baseball franchise is the only local club left with the capability that they should be competing for a meaningful national championship year in and year out. Lobo football will likely never win anything bigger than your game. Can Lobo basketball make a deep run? Maybe, but if it's done with a bunch of mercenaries, who cares? I so disagree with that. And soccer, indoor footy, haven't been around long enough for most folks to care. Check back in 20 years if they're still here and their league still exists. Gene. All right, so Lobo basketball wins. Now it goes to a Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four. With all due respect, Gene, you can't be more wrong. I mean, who will care? What bunch of mercenaries? That's what college basketball is now. Guys that are around for 2 years. I mean, I'm not downplaying your point on Isotopes baseball, and I would argue with you. So if they win the PCL championship, who cares? I mean, I'm not here to bag on them, but I mean, it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool. But you think that'd be more people would care than if Lobo basketball went and ran through March Madness? You're out of your mind. Now, soccer. I think we realized in indoor football, right? They won a couple championships, and it was a niche crowd. Soccer, they do. United does a really nice job on promotion and marketing, so they would make it look like the world cares. I think their base would care. And their base is good. You were out there. They had another decent crowd the other night, right?
9,000.
Yeah. 2-0 victory over Monterey Bay. Snapped a winless skid. Yeah, no, Gene, I'm not sure I agree with you on that one. AC says an app, just an FYI, on travel today and trying to listen via the app. Oh. What is it? You're about, JJ and I are 5 minds, then go out for, all right, we're having an issue with the app, I guess. Thanks. Should have read that before. It's my bad. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Want you in. Pretty soon you guys are all going to want to come in on Mondays, I know, because there's going to be a whole lot to talk about over the weekend. I want to get in, we talked about Brady. We didn't talk about Aaron Stinney, his offensive guard, blowing his ACL, so they lost another offensive lineman. So he's without a starting center in his offensive guard, and he's 45 years old. And his throat might hurt from singing under a mask, allegedly. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, do you ever think about that? Is he able to go?
How many rounds did he last?
Green 18! Green 18! I don't know.
Did he?
What?
What song?
What song did he sing?
Would Tom Brady sing?
Oh, Edward. What song would Tom Brady sing on The Masked Singer? And what are you buying? Are you buying Masked Singer? Are you buying divorce? Are you buying retirement? You buying...
What terrible thing is happening to Tom Brady that we can assume?
I mean, is he in Barbados? Is he sitting on a beach? Is he maybe playing another golf match? His golf game's pretty decent, by the way. Pretty solid. Patrick Mahomes just drinking Coors Light the whole time, and Tommy's drinking his water. JJ, you can drink water.
Birdie juice helps.
Birdie juice helps, too. No doubt. Steering fluid, aiming fluid, yeah. Swing lube, yes. All right. Danny Gonzalez at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll talk football with him as well. Hey, for quite some time I've been talking to men, basically straight to men about Numel, right? How thousands of these men have benefited from industry-leading testosterone replacement, how these men have felt better, felt stronger, taken care of fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction. Now the message is for men and women because Numel specializes in hair restoration without side effects. Let me give you the phone number, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at numale.com. So you have options at Numale, and let them walk you through this. They have platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. An FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser It's proven to regrow hair. And a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week, and there's no linear scarring. The treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair without side effects. New Males in Albuquerque, the number's 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688, or online at newmail.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The Sports Animal.
Big weekend, man. I mean, all kinds of like just different weird stories. Nothing weird about what we saw in Vegas the other night, man. Well, yeah, everything about it was weird. Leon Edwards takes Kamaru Usman to the ground with a fifth-round head kick and knocked him out, and it shocked the MMA world. It's the opening drive. Jeff Zimbieta, J.J. Buck, UFC 278. It was in Salt Lake City, right?
Yes.
4 minutes and 4 seconds, the fifth round. That means there was under a minute to go in a fight that Usman was winning. He had a 15-fight UFC win streak. It was one off Anderson Silva's all-time UFC record, one of the most stunning knockouts in the history of that sport, wouldn't you say? I mean, that was...
Oh, it's up there.
Right
Absolutely.
there with, I mean, you think of Holly, right?
Just, especially just given them the timing. You know, it's final minute. Usman's sitting there going, all right,
I'm just going
to put the belt around me again. Let's see this fight out. And good night now.
And it was. I think he was asleep on the way down. I mean, just caught him clean, and pow. And first Jamaican-born fighter. He's English, basically English-based, but born in Jamaica. And that was a big shock to the sports world on Saturday night. So if you saw it, you want to get in on it, you care about it, you're certainly welcome to hit it as well. Also Saturday night, rain cleared up. United's victory 2-0 over Monterey Bay. You got a beautiful night out there on Saturday night, didn't you? Two goals.
By JJ Buck?
Yeah, JJ and Tyler Ortega were on the mic on ESPN Plus.
Not too bad. They might have found something to work with the next few matches. The four forwards they had on the field looked really good. Nice interchanging play, creating chances. Chris Weehan, he was actually the guy I singled out before the match started because you know he has a different level. He's been quiet this season. You were sitting there going, if there's anyone that can just put the team on their shoulders for a moment, it was Weehan, and he had that free kick, which broke the game open.
And right in his wheelhouse, right from that spot. Lobo Hobo says, what was the Dividers announced crowd, Jeff? I don't know if it was because of the crummy weather, but I've never seen so many empty seats. It was like Global Basketball when 10,000 announced a Dream Style, but they're really 4,500. You were in the park. I saw some pictures. God, there were so many things going on. The Hall of Fame banquet that night. The Lobo Gala was that night. So I didn't watch the match. I just saw some highlights. I mean,
they announced
90,
100,
something like that. And I mean, those are tickets sold,
yeah,
as we know. There weren't 9,100 probably in the building. That's fine. Did clear up for him, though. Now, I'll tell you what, the Hall of Fame banquet was that night. I was at the Lobo, the big Lobo Gala, and that room was sold out. There was like 550 people in that place, and it was packed. It was quite the crowd, by the way. Saw your buddy Buck Bradbury. Richard Pitino was there. Todd Brown was there. Ray Birmingham was there. I mean, all the coaches were there. It was quite the evening.
Getting very excited about basketball.
Everybody. Bettina wants to know why we don't talk about basketball. So we'll get both him and Bradbury in here pretty soon. You okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we got to talk some basketball with that. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know, because football's starting. It's football season. Okay. We'll get some basketball though. We did have Greg Heyer in here, New Mexico State's coach, after their trip to the Bahamas, the Aggies trip. So
let's not talk about basketball. Let's just talk about how awesome the resort was. You stayed hanging out with Patrick. It was Alonzo Mourning on the beach.
Yeah, it was somebody else. It was Alonzo Mourning and somebody else was there. Yeah.
Buddy Hield.
That's who it was. Yeah. Ken wants to know the most presaged words ever uttered on this award-winning OD show, Jeff, was the weather in Albuquerque is great except when you need it to be like bowl games and balloon fiesta. You also want great weather on opening weekend. So what was that? It felt like the final game of high school football, not the first. Honestly, I thought it was beautiful. Like, it was nice and cool. I was out Thursday night. I didn't go out to games Friday night. But Friday night was beautiful and cool and wonderful as well. I don't know. Does football weather have to be what you wanted to? It was perfect. And there were some games. Look, did you catch any of the high school football Friday night?
Yes, I was paying attention.
Yes.
Especially when you're like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah.
To Rio Rancho in Cleveland. What is Centennial doing?
Centennial wins at Cleveland. You come up from Las Cruces and end that 20-something game winning, I think it was 22-game win streak for Cleveland. And then Rio Rancho goes across the river and goes down 7-0 on a pick six and scores 30 unanswered. I'm sorry, not Rio Rancho. La Cueva does and beats Rio Rancho 30-7. The defense for the Bears was tremendous, and this week you get La Cueva and Cleveland at Wilson Stadium, which should be terrific. Down in Artesia, you had Carlsbad was going to win at the Bulldog Bowl for the first time in forever. They go ahead with 20 seconds-ish to go by 3 points, and then Artesia returns the kickoff for a touchdown and wins that game in dramatic fashion. You had the big one down in Valencia County, Los Lunas beat up on Belen. There were just good games all over the place on Friday night. Man, what a great kickoff weekend, I thought, to high school football around the state of New Mexico. So.
I agree, and especially having that shakeup. Centennial, talking to some people that were out there, and the head coach Aaron Ocampo says, no, they were sleeping on us. He turns this whole offensive line. They're big, and high school football needs it. They need a little drama.
So he said he thought Cleveland was sleeping on his team, that they just didn't take him seriously? Is that what he said?
No, he thought like everyone else was.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm sure that this is a nice little wake-up call for Cleveland. New head coach, team coming in thinking they're just going to run away with everything. Shocked week one.
It was the first time, and thank you to James Yodas for doing this research. First time that the two Rio Rancho schools, Rio Rancho and Cleveland, had lost to teams from the Metro since 2013, when Sandia beat Cleveland by a point and El Dorado beat Rio Rancho. But I believe, and he believes, it was the first time that the two teams had ever lost on the same day at home, which is just bonkers. Just bonkers. Remember when we did the exercise, how many times the Lobos and Aggies of football won on the same weekend since we've been doing the show? And I think we can count on one hand, right?
Yes.
We did that research, which sometimes you just throw numbers together and you're just like, there's no way, right? I guess that's right. All right, who's quarterback? We're going to ask Danny Gonzalez that. Is the opener for Lobo football is now inside of 2 weeks. They held their final scrimmage, their final scrimmage on Saturday. I was out there, saw some of that. I saw a 55-yard field goal, JJ, that could have gone. That was easy from 65. I mean, I'm just telling you.
That's good to see.
Yeah, it was really good to see. So we'll talk to Danny Gonzalez about all that. That's coming up next. It is your opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
In New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, so things change a little bit. Camp is officially over. We are not in game week yet. A week from today, we will be in game week for Lobo football, but now they turn their attention to the season. The Maine Black Bears will be in University Stadium a week from Saturday to open up the new football season. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Back to your calls and correspondence coming up in a little bit. We'll have a conversation with Lobo football coach Danny Gonzalez. It's sponsored by the law offices of Rudy Chavez. If you need legal help and someone who really cares, call Rudy at 505-242-5500 today and make your legal problems go away. I've seen quite a bit of Danny Gonzalez lately. It's been good. Was out of practice Thursday, and then at the scrimmage on Saturday, saw Danny and Sandra and, 550 Lobo fans at the gala on Saturday night. Danny Gonzalez joins us this morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
No, good to see you a lot this last couple of days. And I don't know, does it feel different now that camp is theoretically over and you're turning the page towards the season now?
Well, today's a big day for our kids. It's the first day of school, a lot of distractions, so we don't practice today. Mondays, you give them a day off during the week, every week, and Monday's the typical day, so they can get adjusted to school. We'll start first thing in the morning. Here's a good sign, though. A bunch of the kids talked about it, and I'm sure they'll be around our building the days that they've had off during camp. They've been all over our building, so we've made progress in the importance of winning and trying to do everything they can to give themselves a chance to be successful.
And I'm going to ask you the question everybody's got. I watched the scrimmage the other day. I know C.J. Montes hurt his hand, and at the time it wasn't thought to be serious. I'm going to assume that's still the case. Hit it on a helmet. Miles Kendrick looked really good. Looked like he was taking the ones. Are you ready to announce a quarterback? I'm going to assume you may have decided. I don't know if you're ready to announce it yet.
You know what? We'll announce it right here on your show. First, you'll get the first announcement. It is going to be Miles Kendrick. CJ's fine. Thumb was a little bit banged up on Saturday. Like you said, he hit it on a helmet, and he hit it pretty hard. The kid's head jerked back pretty hard. But he's fine, was okay yesterday. We met with those guys late last night after meetings and everything, and they were good. And Miles has done a great job over the last 2 weeks. His experience and his maturity kind of was the difference. The guys follow him. I think our offensive line, they've come strides and strides and strides. I mean, we're so much better up front than we've been. So they'll give him a chance to sit back in the pocket, move around, be protected, and see if we can run the ball.
All right, two things on that. So Miles Kendrick will be the quarterback. How did the other guys and CJ take that, and what is it that specifically got Miles the job?
Well, they were obviously CJ and Justin were both disappointed that it wasn't theirs. Justin is got unbelievable talent. I think is just a lot to learn in a short time, and as the year goes on, he'll continue to get better and better and better. And CJ was obviously disappointed because I think it was his to lose at the beginning. And I think Miles, his experience in playing at this level and his leadership skills really set him apart. And the guys follow him. He's got a great demeanor, and now he can spin it too. I mean, he made some throws on Saturday, a couple of them that we dropped, a couple of them that we made, that will give us a chance to really compete downfield. And if we can take 8 to 10 deep shots a game and then run the ball on top of that, I mean, I think that gives us a chance to be successful.
Lobo football coach Danny Gonzalez is with us this morning on the opening drive.
And Danny, how much have you seen Miles too? Just the months coming off the leg injury he had, just getting better and better, and that athleticism plus that ability that he has throwing the football just progress each day for him.
Well, I was shocked from where he was in May to where he was when we started fall camp on August 5th. Not even close. I mean, I was thinking during May we might have to medical redshirt him because he just did not look good. And he did a lot of rehab over the summer, not only lifting with us, but then they got about a 3-week break in May, and he did nothing but live in the training room. So, I mean, it's important to him. And I was worried that if he did win the job, it might change a little bit the way we do some things on offense because he doesn't move around as well. Well, that's not the case. On Saturday, he made some moves in the pocket that gave him a chance to get open and be able to see receivers downfield, run some of the option stuff that I wasn't sure he could do at the beginning of August, and now I have no worries whatsoever about his mobility.
And with that, offensively, what are the skill position players showing you on the outside, the wide receivers? Has anyone stepped up in camp? What are your thoughts heading into week 1 of the season?
Well, obviously everybody knows about Luke Wysong here locally, and nationally they'll start to learn. Porter has done some really, really good things since he's been here. He's a transfer from Arizona State. Cade Zimmerman, another receiver that we have. And then we have 2 freshmen, Tristan White and Jamar Sanders, who I think are going to have a pretty big role. Jamar Sanders is the quarterback we recruited out of high school. He's in the same mold, and we'll use him like we do Luke Wysong. Shifty, got great hands, just a great athlete. And then Tristan White's a little bit bigger than Jamar, can run like Luke and Jordan, so we can use him on the outside. It gives us a dynamic out there that we haven't had the past couple years, which we need. I mean, we need somebody that can stretch the field and take them over the top. And then we moved Deuce Jones from corner to wide receiver, who he might be the fastest guy on our team straight ahead, which will give us another opportunity to throw the ball deep and see if we can get behind some people.
Danny, the offensive line is going to be so key, and I think I get asked this more than who's going to be the quarterback this year, which is so odd because it's always who's going to be the quarterback, who's going to be the quarterback. Is the line going to be good? And I said, my response is I believe so, and I know you hear that a lot, maybe even from me. What do you tell people? Why should they believe in the line after what you've seen in 4 weeks of camp?
Well, the most exciting thing about our offensive line right now is everybody knows, or most people around here know who Byron Bell is.
Yeah.
He was a great player for us, played in the league for 8 years. He's a graduate assistant helping Coach Lenz on the offensive line. But Byron Bell is 6'6", and our offensive linemen are finally looking Byron Bell in the eye, and a couple guys, he's having to look up to them, which that gives us a chance. I mean, just because you're big doesn't mean you're going to be a great football player, but you can't coach size, you can't coach athleticism, you have to recruit it. And I think we've done a really good job of upgrading there. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. And the 5 guys that we have starting right now, DJ Winfield has been out for about a week. He'll start back tomorrow. But those 5 guys have done a great job all camp. They've done a great job since they got here back in January. And so they're going to give us a chance to protect the quarterback. They're going to give us a chance to run the football. I mean, it's just a different dynamic than we've had here in my first 2 years here, and it gives me a lot of optimistic thoughts about what we can do on offense and excitement for our football team.
All right, before I flip the page over to the defense, one more thing on the quarterback. So Miles Kendrick is the starter, and I know you've always said this, we want to have a guy, and that's our guy every week. And so you're committed to him, I guess, until he loses the job. But how solid is this? Does he have to earn this week to week? And I guess the answer is he's always going to have to earn it week to week. But I know you don't want to have to answer questions and have a question in your own mind every Monday, who's my quarterback?
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, we made the decision to go with Miles because I think it gives our team the best chance to win. Obviously, the number one thing and the most important is protecting the football. Now, we have to score points in today's college football, but you can't score points if you don't have the football. And so turnovers obviously change the dynamic for your football team and change the dynamic for that position. So if he takes care of the football and continues to lead in what we believe he can do, it's not a short leash. I mean, he's our quarterback. And I don't like musical chairs at that position. We've had to because of injury. But I've got all the faith in the world that Miles is going to be a good leader. And what he's going to do is he's going to help CJ and Justin learn and mature so that we have 2 guys that are competing for the job that are going to be around for the next 3 years. And then if one of them wins it, we'll see what happens from there. But the idea is that Miles is our starting quarterback that's going to lead our team to victories and be the leadership and the voice of our football team.
A few more minutes. Danny Gonzalez, the head football coach at the University of New Mexico, is with us on the opening drive.
Well, Danny, we know that the talent you return defensively, and there's been a lot of good headlines for the defense in camp. Is there any positions specifically or players that really impressed you that you're excited taking the next step over the next 2 weeks getting ready for week 1?
Well, I think in the secondary, even from the spring, we've not only upgraded with some of the freshmen we have, but those guys have just gotten better, and I think we can cover pretty good. I mean, I anticipate us being able to play man-to-man coverage and be able to do those things, and I think they've they've evolved in the scheme enough that we've done some really good things disguise-wise that we've given our quarterbacks trouble, which typically your quarterbacks on your own team can kind of know what you're doing because they see it every day. And I think through camp, our guys have done a great job. I've said it over and over since the end of last season. I think our linebackers are the best in this league, and I think they did a nice job through camp. I mean, Ray and Dion and Rico Hanna, Cy Riley, those guys, they know what to do, they know how to do it, and they play with a physical demeanor. I mean, you throw Alec Marenko in that group and Cody Moon. So I think we have 6 linebackers that easily could be the best in our league. Now, up front, I think we've got 3 or 4 D linemen. We've got a couple that we think have done some good things through fall camp that need to continue to get reps over the next 2 weeks. If we can play solid up front on the D line, I think we can be pretty good on defense. And we made tremendous strides between year 1 and 2, and I don't expect anything different between up to year 3.
You know, watching it's a physical group, and I've known because I've watched it for 20-plus years, a Rocky Long defense gets better in year 3 seems to be the year that it clicks for his defense because players get it. I remember you guys saying in the COVID year and even last year, we haven't put the whole package in. Is the whole package going to get in this year?
So this is the best part of it. They understand concepts now, so we can actually call things that we haven't been practicing, and they know where to go, they know what to do and how to do it. So that evolvement gives you a chance to have a lot of success and to adjust during games when they're doing something that you didn't practice, or they come up with a little wrinkle that you didn't know they were going to have, and you can call something. We're to that point now. They understand it. They know what we're doing. We have walkthroughs where we have the kids come up and call defenses, and so the concepts are there. So we've got everything that we want. I mean, taught-wise, now it's just a matter of them going out and do it. And the thing that I really enjoyed on Saturday was the aggressive demeanor that they were running around with. I mean, one of the corners would hold up one of the wide receivers, and instead of throwing him to the ground right away, hold him up right there. And then 4, 5, and 6 guys were coming over there with just salivating out of their mouth trying to get a piece of it. And that's what I've been, I mean, when we were first trying to explain this, it was, you got to do this, you got to do this, come on, guys, you got to do this. And now it's just, here it is, and they taste it. And so it was exciting to see. It was real physical. I saw some good hits out there. I mean, probably the most that I've seen since we've been here. So that's those are all good signs.
And you
got to get them fresh.
And you got playmakers on defense. I think this year, you know, if you go back 2 years, you had scheme and you had a couple athletes. I feel like you got playmakers now.
I agree. Jarek Reed and Tavian Combs and Ronald Wilson. I mean, they have an opportunity outside on the corner. We're a lot better, and then up front, if we can cause some turnovers, you're right. The players win games, not coaches.
And Dan, you mentioned that just the understanding the concept part of that, and how much of that gets to a point of player ownership and understanding the work that it takes and what they have to do, you know, in the few moments they have away with their free time to be able to study concepts and have that understanding.
Well, we've got 12 seniors, and I think this class has done a great job of understanding our expectation and getting the younger ones, the true freshmen, all those, to understand how much work and how much detail it takes to be good if they want to be good. And so, I mean, that's a far cry from where we were. And, I mean, I say this to our team all the time. Nobody's ever been great doing what's required. If you want to do what's required, you can live a fine life, be normal, and be okay. But if you want to be great, you go above and beyond. And I think this class has bought into that.
So good. All right, lastly, I saw a 55-yard field goal by George Steinkamp that was halfway up the net that could have, I mean, and I'm not exaggerating, right? And you were there, you're the coach, you're critical. Easy from 65. Certainly indoor, climate controlled, but right down the middle, and that's good from 65 plus. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. George has gotten a lot more consistent. I mean, he just started kicking 2 years ago. Have some great kickers here. If you throw Kenny Bird and Jason Sanders and all those guys into the mix, John Sullivan, I think George has the strongest leg that I've ever been around by far.
That's a big deal. Oh, it's saying
Still
something.
learning how to kick it straight. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, you cut out. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No problem. He's still learning how to kick it straight, but if we can continue that, I mean, he's got a chance to fall in that line of great kickers.
Yeah, Wes Zunker and John Sullivan and Kenny Bird, and you go down the line. Jason Sanders, there's been some really good ones here. And did you ever work with Matt Ariza at San Diego State?
I did. Actually, I'm the one who recruited him out of Rancho Bernardo High School. So he had an 82-yard bomb the other day in the NFL. So it's pretty impressive stuff.
It is. All right. Your starting quarterback is Miles Kendrick. I know that's going to be a big talk today. Appreciate you coming on with us and dropping that knowledge on Lobo Fan today here on the opening drive. Have a great week. We'll do this again on Monday of next week. It'll be game week, and the Maine Black Bears will be coming to town, Danny.
Awesome. I'm excited. Just one last thing before I go. I'm an Albuquerquean, and I want this place to be special, and a lot of people around here talk about things. There's 7 falls in the Saturday that we should fill up University Stadium, fill up the Den. We've got our 6 guaranteed home games. We've got the New Mexico Bowl, which we are hoping to play in and would be honored to play in, but there's 7 Saturdays out of 365 days of the year. We should fill that place up. We've made it affordable. We've given you a reason to come out. Now come and support this football team, and let's have a whole bunch of fun and make things better. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on, JJ. Hey, Marie. Go Lobos.
Appreciate you, Danny. Be well. Thank you. Danny Gonzalez, head football coach at the University of New Mexico. That conversation was sponsored by the law offices of Rudy Chavez. Personal care for your legal issues. Make Rudy your guy. Call him at 505-242-5500 today and make your legal problems go away. Breaking news this morning, Miles Kendrick is the starting quarterback for Lobo football. We'll talk about that next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Evergard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do his dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough.
Opening drive. Danny Gonzalez has named Miles Kendrick as the starting quarterback for Global Football, the transfer from Kansas, California kid who comes over, kind of came from behind in camp, and it was a guy coming off an injury. Danny says, I'm convinced that he's physically ready, and he won the job. And I thought he looked in command in the scrimmage over the weekend. C.J. Montes and Justin Holiday were both competing. Look, will you see these guys? I mean, odds are, and history tells you will see one, if not both, of the other quarterbacks at some point this season. But Justin Holiday is the guy. It's kind of why he was recruited. I'm sorry. Miles Kendrick is the guy, and that's kind of why he was recruited to be here. And Danny breaks the news this morning on the opening drive.
I think this is the most depth they've had in a while in the position because Montez, they gave him the opportunity. They liked his ceiling. They still believe in C.J. Montez. Holiday coming in, making that push. So it's one that Miles Kendrick the last 2 weeks came from behind. He was QB3. But I think listening to Danny Gonzalez talk about, Kendrick is showing everything now that they believed, that they saw, before he broke his leg. And he's got the strength back. He's got the athleticism to run some of the option concepts that they want to have. So, 8 to 10 deep shots a game, try to stretch the field vertically, and just the experience. And right now you're leaning on Miles Kendrick, control the football, see if you can make those explosive plays, and let's go.
And I think, a couple of things, and Danny talked about the playmakers on the outside. You've got a transfer from Arizona State who's just rejoined the team and has got to get himself in. A couple of my concerns, and you know I have concerns, and I think a Lobo fan does. I'm becoming more sold on the offensive line as we go on. To be able to just stand out there and watch them on Thursday and Saturday, I finally was able to get out there and do that. I feel better about it. Listening to the coaches talk to me about it. And coaches are always really critical, and they're worried. Are there playmakers on the outside? The one thing I am convinced about, they've got a stable of running backs. They are deep in run. I do believe that if the line is good, they don't even have to be great. I think if the line is good, JJ, I think that the Lobos will be able to run the football.
I agree with you on that one. I like the concepts we're seeing out of the run game. There's some new looks with some of the option concepts. I think it's going to help open things up for the running backs. And it's going to be, Boise State, UTEP back-to-back. Boise State probably not going to look good at times. Now, that is a defensive line with all-conference players, some guys that have eyes on going to the next level. But if you can make some runs, you can play that entire game and then come back against a UTEP team that is very physical up front as well. That's when you're going to find out if this team is going to be good offensively, if the offensive line is going to give them a chance.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. Want your thoughts now. Lobo football has a starting quarterback. Danny Gonzalez announced it this morning here on the opening drive. Miles Kendrick, the transfer from the University of Kansas, has won the job. Justin Holiday and C.J. Montes were right there, and I thought the competition was a good one. You think there's deep? What was it? Austin Apodaca and Lamar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the last time you felt pretty good about the Lobo? This is
because
rotation.
Guess what? Each of those quarterbacks,
they were 9-4,
did their job.
That's right.
Like Lamar, he can run the option and be explosive. Austin Apodaca can make passes, and it worked because they had back-to-back, very competitive and winning seasons.
Yeah. All right. So you can get in on that. Lobo fan, how do you feel? And I don't know if you've seen enough to feel. I think you're going to tell me the most popular guy on your club is the backup quarterback, and we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully you start winning. You got Maine, Boise State, UTEP, and LSU to get started, right?
Yes.
Maine at home. Boise State at home on a Friday. UTEP at home. And then a trip to LSU. How do you feel about it now, knowing that you've got a quarterback? Tomorrow, Jerry Kill's going to be with us at 7:15 in the morning. We'll talk to him about New Mexico State's opener, which is 5 days away.
Wow.
Saturday, down in Palm Tree Stadium. What?
I want to make the shirt.
You want to make the shirt?
Yeah.
If you
I'm
palm
telling
it,
Jerry-
if you palm it, it will grow.
Yeah, I'm telling Jerry Kill all about it tomorrow.
If you palm it, it will grow. I
And now
can't.
there's more than one palm tree.
I can't get behind this idea anymore. I'm thinking of going down there on Saturday. By the way, anybody want to make a roadie with me?
Yeah.
You thinking about it? All right, we got a cross country meet in the morning. I'll be out at Cleveland High School, 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And then I got
Quick nine?
to make a drop off. I'd love to do that, but we could do that Sunday morning at
Quick
Cruces.
nine.
What if we do 18 in Cruces at Red Hawk?
Ooh, I've never done
I'll drive the cart.
You don't want to play?
I don't know if I can swing yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're a little.
Pre-season injury.
How about that? JJ Buck playing injured.
It's
Who knew calling 2 soccer games would blow out your MCL?
It's preseason.
Just watching soccer could hurt your MCL.
Before fantasy, everything. Just
JJ Buck's limping around here. I mean, he's probably not going to be ready for opening day.
I'm on the pup list.
Watching soccer hurts your knee, huh? I'm just saying.
Hurts a lot of people's eyes. Hurts my knee.
All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. You're sending me suggestions on what song Tommy sang on
about
Masked
cheating?
Singer. I'll get him to you.
cheating song before he cheats.
I like that suggestion.
I'll tell you what they are. If Tommy
Cry Me a
is in
River?
fact on Masked Singer, what song should he? Or so is it? You sing one song, or you got to do extra songs to get through rounds?
Well, if you make it to the next
You got to
round,
do another song.
you do a different song.
All right. What should it be? And I've got your suggestions. 505-246-0610. Hey, JJ's isn't chronic pain. His is new. But do you have chronic pain? Like pain that you have all the time, that's just around every day and you're tired of living with it? Knee pain, joint pain, whatever it is. Listen carefully, because now there are new regenerative treatments available here from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. They are open in Albuquerque. You can get lasting relief if you got joint pain, chronic pain, pain you're tired of dealing with. It's the latest in precision medicine with natural biologics. It's an exciting, and the beauty of this, non-surgical. If you've been told that you need surgery, you have to take these drugs, it's steroids, get a free consultation, which is a free second opinion here. It's an approach that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints, get you moving again. There's over 100 clinics nationwide from QC Kinetics. They've treated thousands of patients. The success rate, the satisfaction rate is incredible. So if you've got pain in your knees, your shoulders, your hip, your back, you have got to check out these new treatments. They can actually help your body restore and repair yourself with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. That's why guys like Emmett Smith, Tiger Woods, Brooks Koepka, elite athletes have gone to QC Kinetics and taken care of chronic pain. Give them a call. Schedule your free consultation now. QC Kinetics, 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. That's QC Kinetics, 505-226-8688.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build.
Song with Tommy Singh. I know. You got him coming in on the text line, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Congratulations, says Mud, to the Lobos on picking a quarterback to run the Mountain West champion this year, plus West Mesa will win state. All right, so Mud's calling the Lobos to win Mountain West Conference Championship, and West Mesa, who had a big victory to open their season on Thursday night, to win state. All right. 505-246-0610 is where you can get in. 888-922-0610. All right, A. Marie, I got on the text line two different people. Tommy on the Masked Singer sang I Did It My Way. It's a good one. I did it my way, right? And then the other one says Tommy's song was obviously It Wasn't Me by Shaggy.
It wasn't me.
Heard it through the grapevine. I'm just thinking of every.
Yeah. Keep them coming. What did Tommy sing on The Masked Singer? Everything's gonna be all right. I mean, it could be that. I haven't opened my assistant producer. All right, I'll get there. Grady. All right, on a Monday morning we get a Grady call. That's a good way to start the week. What's up, Hall of Famer?
Well, thank you. Triple J's and double A's of the OD and the AM.
Triple J's and double A's. Oh, I see, because he's 2 and she's 2 and I'm just 1. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that the math is right. What's happening?
I double-checked it 3 times.
Yeah, see, it took me a minute.
Hey, listening to your take earlier, and you mentioned something that you hadn't mentioned before, and I can understand why. In addition to prep football kicking off, this weekend is the start of prep cross country. And, I like to call and talk a lot about, the Pecos Panthers in the basketball realm. But Mile Split, which is the max prep of cross country and track, they do a preseason ranking regardless of class. And the Panther boys are coming in at 14 defending state champs. Now, they're coached by ex-Lobo athlete Patrick Ortiz, and they're looking to hoist their 5th trophy in the last 8 seasons. So these kids up here, they can take care of business. So it's definitely looking forward to a good cross-country season. Now, I know, Jeff, that's important to you and my man, American Stig Detection. But
that's good.
Outside of that,
American Stig Detection.
It's a good sport, a good season to get into. And I saw Addie and her squad. They're the
do you see her written up there? She got a little mention. She was stoked.
Yeah, nice. So you know what? Oh man, if they can just get past the Hilltoppers,
I know they
it'll be a good squad. It'll be a good season. So.
Yeah, I'll see you up that way. I think we come up for that one on my birthday. So I think we'll be up there that day.
Well, and we'll be down there for the Rio Rancho Jamboree.
Yeah, we'll be at that one too.
Yeah, which, by the way, the Rio Rancho boys topped rank in the state, and they are coached by Pecos Panther alum and former Panther runner Sal Gonzalez.
Check you out.
Hey, we are legion out here.
Even Sebastian Noel can't give a cross-country preview like you can. It all starts on Friday, by the way.
I'm sure my guy Sebastian can. He's just busy.
He's just busy.
But no, we'll be down there for that and the Academy Classic that they have.
Yeah, the extravaganza.
Yeah. So it's going to be some good meets this season.
Well, that'll be good that we get together in the other half of that bet that you got to pay off. You can sit there and sip on that.
Hey, you know what? I will not argue or protest. That sounds good to me. And just real quick, I want to touch base on the Cleveland and Rio Rancho both losing. And to me, that's a perfect example of why I'm a huge fan of prep sports, because it's at that level that heart and energy and effort can, on a semi-regular basis, overcome superior talent. These kids out there, you never know. And just the energy and the effort, it's amazing. And it's a good thing they let those games play out and not instead of just playing them out on paper, because you never know. Great stuff.
You never know. All right, man. Be good. Enjoy the week.
Take your time.
See ya. How about that cross-country preview?
Great job.
Got the
great call.
That's me playing piano on the board over here. just banging buttons. What the hell do I know? It was a big day. Miles Split put it out, and she got a little write-up in there. Just, as a complete the top 4 for her team and whatever. It's kind of cool. Just getting a little write-up, Kids see their name in some sort of publication. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Unless you're there every day. All right, big news this morning locally. Danny Gonzalez is put out that here on the opening drive that Miles Kendrick will be the starting quarterback for Lobo football. Got a text, good segment with Danny. I'm hoping for 7-5 season. Hopefully 2-2 start with no big injuries. Was assuming or hoping the Kansas transfer was going to be the quarterback. By the way, will QC Kinetics fix my freaking back? I don't know. You got to give them a try. Go get the consultation. It's a free consultation. See what they can do for you. I think a lot of people. Do you think that's what people were hoping was Miles Kendrick coming in from Kansas, or do you think
hoping? No, assumed.
Okay, but what do you think? Do you think people knew enough to hope?
No. I think they just assumed, it's going to be the kid from Kansas, right? Because I actually did a couple interviews last few weeks to a station in like Louisiana, and then
you did?
Yeah, like they were doing their football preview.
Oh, you're on with LSU radio?
Yeah,
nice.
And hopped on Cofield and Company as well in Vegas, and the first thing is like, oh yeah, how's Miles Kendrick looking? Well, at the time, it was C.J. Montez and Justin Holiday.
Yeah.
And so everyone assumed it was just
you went on all these radio stations and threw them off.
Yeah, so I was, it's smoke screens. But the last 2 weeks, everything changed. Montez was taking first-team reps. Montez was the guy they're like, all right, we'll see. You might have the higher ceiling. Can you go win this job?
He was.
And then Miles Kendrick, the savvy veteran, comes in and says, excuse me, I'll take this back.
Well, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked in command. It's, there's, and I always, we talk about this in every game, the it factor. And I don't know if Miles Kendrick has the it. Because I thought both the other quarterbacks, I thought C.J. Montez and, honestly, Justin Holiday impressed me the 2 practices I was out the last 3 days. I like the way he throws the ball. Big, tall kid. CJ can throw it and get out of there. Like, I'd have been comfortable any other ways. I think Lobo fan was kind of not with CJ for one reason. Do you know what that one reason is? They saw him last year when he wasn't ready to play. Remember the Colorado State game last year?
Yes.
And CJ ran his mouth a little bit, right? And he talked about, what did he say? Something about Colorado State doesn't know what they're in for, or we should beat them. What did he say?
He essentially said we're going to roll Colorado State.
Right. And Colorado State came in and rolled the Lobos and gave CJ Montez a really tough game. Now, I don't know if CJ was just not ready, which I think is the answer, right? He just probably wasn't ready for that. And then on top of that, he ran his mouth a little bit and gave Colorado State a little extra. And so the Lobo fans that I've talked to, that's all they knew about CJ Montez. They're like, he's just no good. Well, I don't know if I think he's no good. I think he wasn't ready for that yet. Now, why do guys get 4 years of college? They get better. Are guys better in year 4 than they are in year 1? Are they better in year 3 than they are in year 1? Are they hopefully better in year 2 than they are in year 1? And I think the answer typically is yes. And watching CJ Montez in practice, I think he has gotten better. But that's what, to me, that's why when I say, do you think Lobo fan was hoping for Miles Kendrick? I think they know more about Miles Kendrick. The one thing they knew about CJ was what they saw last year. So that's just my interaction. And then Justin Holiday, well, I mean, he's a JUCO guy from Fresno area, and okay, hopefully. Right?
Yeah.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see who the number 2 is. And we didn't ask Danny that. I didn't ask. Maybe we should have. When the depth chart comes out, who's number 2? Are you going to assume it's C.J. Montez? Or do you think it's just... Because I don't know. And it could be an or. It could be an or thing.
Backup could be an or.
Yeah.
That would make sense for week 1, especially given the hand injury that Montez just suffered. So there's probably expect a couple days he's not going to be slinging it like you'd want him to this week.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that as well. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. So I've asked you a few questions this morning. What song did Tommy, do you think he sang or should have sang on The Masked Singer? You Got It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. I Did It My Way. I don't know. I mean, you guys get creative, get cute, get funny. Kind of now, kind of wow. Celebrate. There's all, now I got to keep it clean. We'll go there if you want to. I got NFL stuff for you as well. the biggest story about Tommy we may not have even talked about yet, and it's not that he's going. He could have gone to Vegas in 2020, says Dana White, and it's not that he might be on The Masked Singer. I'll tell you what that is next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Yes. This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, so there are a lot of Tommy news over the weekend, right? And Tommy didn't play. Tom Brady didn't play it down. His team might have. Who knows? Who cares? I think they did, by the way. Tom Brady, the latest rumor, and I'm going with it. Just I don't know if it's true or not, but it's my favorite one. It's way better than he's getting a divorce, or it's way better than he's retiring, or it's way better than he wanted to be traded to Vegas, or it's way better than he's got somebody who is sick in his family. The latest rumor is Tom Brady, when he did that deal with Fox, part of his contract is he had to do a season of Masked Singer. And this is when they're taping those episodes. And so he had to go and do that. So I'm going with that. I don't know if it's true or not. But that's not the biggest story. And the biggest story it's not that Dana White said that Dana White put together a trade to send Tom Brady and Gronk to Vegas. The biggest story here is the offensive line that's in front of Tom Brady is getting chipped away at in big chunks. Early in camp, Ryan Jensen, their Pro Bowl center, out for the season. And now, on Saturday, starting guard Aaron Stinney suffered a torn ACL and MCL. He's out for the season. So Stinney had started 3 postseason games for the Bucs in 2020, including the Super Bowl. And that line is getting depleted every day in front of a 45-year-old quarterback. To me, the Masked Singer's cute, or whatever the hell the reason is. That's the biggest story to me when it comes to Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady's going to come back, but who's this guy?
Oh, then he needs to be at camp every day, JJ.
Whose butt is this?
Yeah, whose butt am I putting my hands on? Under.
So
through. No, not through.
Where I'm like, it could be okay is they returned both their starting tackles from last year.
Yeah, but the interior of that line.
Shaq Mason, solid guard.
Yep.
So it's just center and left guard that are brand new. Which, yeah, that's a problem.
It's a real problem. They're going up, and by the way, the Cowboys defense they played in the first game is really good.
Yeah, well, Micah Parsons is.
Okay.
And it's not quite the levels that we saw, say, when the Bucs played Kansas City in the Super Bowl with that offensive line, where there was like no starter left, and we saw how bad that went for Patrick Mahomes. So this is still salvageable, but they're getting to the point where there's not much left on the market.
Well, Hoser, what's up? Merry Monday.
Merry Monday to you, fellas. I've got a song for Tom Brady.
Yeah, what is it?
It's this. Quit playing games with my heart. My heart. Oh, yeah. I think that's what he's singing to the Tampa Bay fans, for sure. Or maybe that's what they're wanting to hear.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Maybe. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Later. See you.
Bye-bye.
He just wanted to sing.
Yeah, I know he did.
Appreciate
what are we,
that.
a Masked Singer? We could do Masked Singer. Rita, I'm going to hold the next call through the break. I want to give him his time because we're coming up on the top of the hour break, and I don't think we got time to get his whole thing in. So that's what we're going to do. Any more suggestions? Let me check your text line. Are you sending me any more songs that Tommy could sing? Tommy Sniffed Through Crimea River by Justin Timberlake. Tommy Boy sang Your Cheatin' Heart by Hank Williams. All right. See, you guys are coming in. You got all kinds of ideas. What did Tommy sing? Play that funky music.
If it's not, the Masked Singer is like, this is amazing. Thank you so much for somehow, some way, this rumor.
I hope it is, though.
But the thing about it is, like, even you buy it. Like, it's the one that makes the most sense.
I don't know if I buy it. It's the most viable to me that I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's one that you like. You know what? That's actually not crazy.
Well, just kind of the way
like
the
all
whole
the
thing has
jokes.
been, right?
Yeah.
How secretive it is. Todd Bowles having to stand there, the head coach standing there with poker
Where's
face.
Tom Brady? I don't know.
I'll be back next week. When? Early next week. How early? Probably on Monday. Where is he? he's out on
He
personal.
goes on and wins the Masked Singer, and he shows up like week 7 of the NFL season.
So
He's
what do
like,
you get
"Hey,
for
guys."
winning? Oh, so you go on to the next episode, or you don't just win your episode, you go on to
Yes,
the next
it's a whole
week?
season.
Oh, damn.
You whittle it down. So they like unveil, like early in the season, you know, they're knocking characters out.
Yeah.
Like into the show, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Terry Bradshaw! Oh, it's Rob Gronkowski!"
I've never once watched a second of the. So it's worth it. We're all gonna watch a freaking Masked Singer now, aren't
My
we?
nephew loves it.
Really? Can any of them sing?
Yeah, because they'll have like T-Pain won the first one.
So do they give you a clue on who it is, or you just have to know from
They
the
have-
voice?
Like clue packages.
Clue packages.
It's a pretty good show. The setup, it is.
I'm getting more and more sold. All right, we're going back to the phones, your emails. I got a ton more. We haven't got to a bunch of content yet, too. See Patrick Cantlay win again? Golf is good. Big names at the top of the PGA Golf this weekend, too. Talk some hoops if you want as well. 505-246-0610. It's so much going on a Monday. It's just beautiful stuff on 95. Oh, and by the way, Danny Gonzalez broke some news this morning. If you missed it, that's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The combination, your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Even if they're not that proud of us. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Bond.
All right, big news this morning. Lobos have a starting quarterback. Good morning to you. Miles Kendrick, the transfer from Kansas, is the Lobos starting quarterback. He has won the job over CJ Montes and Justin Holiday. Danny Gonzalez, the head coach, broke it here on this show about an hour ago. So we move forward with the opener inside of 2 weeks away against Maine. It'll be Maine, Boise State, and UTEP at home before going on the road to Baton Rouge to play LSU. Miles Kendrick, and JJ, I'm not surprised. After practice, watching it the other day and then listening to Danny talk about how Miles played well, I mean, I was 85, 90% sure that's where it was going anyway. I think you were too.
The last week, things really changed in the favor of Miles Kendrick. He stepped up. You started to see the experience. Danny used that word a lot in terms of just taking care of the football, executing the offense, showing his athleticism has gotten stronger from that broken leg he suffered back in the spring. And then you started to see all the traits that this coaching staff was sold on when they brought Miles to UNM.
505-246-0610. Hello, Rudy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So the song that he sang is "You Got to Fight for Your Right to Party" by Beastie Boys.
That would be really good, actually. All right.
So bottom line on practice, I went to, I think, every one but 3 of the 12 days of practice.
Yeah,
so
saw you out there on
I got a
Saturday.
good feel for what was going on. And I really like Miles Kendrick's poise. And, you know, I don't know if CJ has a Colorado State hangover, but I think that game did a lot more damage to him psychologically than I thought, you know? I'll be right with you.
Yeah, well, stand by. I'll be right there.
People always show up right when you're on the phone, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I like that choice. I think Miles Kendrick is the man that can run that offense, and hopefully he can make that job his. And if he can, you know, they're going to be a lot better off than playing musical quarterbacks. Holiday, no doubt, he has the strongest arm. He just doesn't know enough of the offense. And you know what's going to happen if they start him. They're just going to blitz the heck out of him and try to rush him into decisions. So I think that's a good choice, and I really like Miles Kendrick. I like his poise. I've gotten a chance to talk to him just a couple of times, and it seems like he's the guy moving forward that can give us the best opportunity to win. So that's what it's all about.
You sold on the offensive line and playmakers on the outside?
Yes, and in fact, what sells me is that the offensive line doesn't have to do a whole lot. I mean, you get a little crease for these running backs, and they've got a stable of running backs. Christian Washington, I think, is going to be a revelation. There's a reason why they gave him number 22. And yes, Dontrell Moore did approve it, okay? This rumor that Brian Urlacher didn't want to give Rico Hanna number 44 isn't true at all. Danny would not have given Rico Hanna number 44 if Brian Urlacher didn't approve it. And I think it's a good way to get people on your campus and a good way to impress them and a good way to actually recruit them. You know, you can retire it, but you can always let somebody wear that number out of respect for that number.
Yeah, I'm conflicted on it, but if you've got the person's blessing to go ahead and wear it, then, I mean, I think that's the way it's got to be, so.
Yeah, you know, I mean, look at Michigan. They use that number 21 of Desmond Howard pretty well to recruit kids.
Yeah, and what is it, 44 at Syracuse, right? If you wear the
Yes.
magic, there's magic numbers at certain places, yes.
Yep. So it's there's some magic numbers here. I mean, Bobby Santiago, that guy was one of the best that ever put on the cherry and silver. I don't know if people have ever seen that little clip that they have of him setting the record for, I think it was 97 yards, but that was a pretty impressive run.
Yeah, I've never seen
So
it.
I'm really excited about Lobo football. I'm glad I'm back this year to help Danny promo every week. And
Me too.
I got a
Thank
little
you.
value added today, didn't I, Jeff?
Yeah, you did. You got a little breaking news, and thank you for sponsoring that segment. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Appreciate all you guys.
All right, somebody standing there. Take care of him. Dan,
Hold on.
I'll be right with you. Stand by.
A quarterback take.
I got a quarterback take. All right, so Miles Kendrick's your guy. You can respond to that at 505-246-0610. What did he say? Tommy, what song will Tommy sing on The Masked Singer? You got to fight for your right to party, he says. I'm down. All of those are pretty good. Quarterback swap in the NFL today. Backup behind Don't Kirk Off Your Cousins. The Minnesota Vikings acquired Nick Mullins. Does that mean Nate Peterman's the backup in Vegas? Right?
Jared Stidham.
Oh, yeah, Jared Stidham. Where's Nathan Peterman? Where did I see him the other day?
He was John Gruden's pet
That's
project. Right.
So Mullins will compete with Sean Mannion, who I love and you hate. Kellen Mond is also there.
I mean,
Well, obviously one of
I
those
had a
guys.
dollar.
One of those guys is out. They wouldn't go trade for another backup. What would they give up for an unconditional
seventh round
All right, fine.
pick in 2024.
Well, whatever.
Whatever is right.
You know Rob Gronkowski
So
made it
over.
3 episodes on The Masked Singer.
I did not know
believe that.
No. How would I know that?
Because now you're gonna watch it.
No, I've never once watched it. I've never once had a desire.
Song Ice
to-
Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
We Will Rock You by Queen.
Ice
And then
Ice
I'm
Baby's
Too
good.
Sexy.
Oh, so all those are really good.
And he did not make it past that.
Oh, Gronkowski is saying all those.
Yes.
I was even thinking for Tommy. All right. Hello, Fred. What's up, Fred?
Hey guys,
how are
you?
you?
I'm happy that we named the quarterback, early instead of
Yep.
not knowing till the day of the game. So that's really cool, and I'm happy with Kendrick. I went to about 6 of the practices, and all 3 of them. In fact, I feel bad for Chavez because he's not even included. He kind of saved us last year on a couple wins. But his name has not even been brought up.
No,
of course,
no.
we all know that it won't be.
Well, all right, so let me
but
back you
anyway.
up, Fred. On Isaiah Chavez, do you think he should? Here, I'm really interested where you are because I know you love the local guys, and everybody does. And
Yeah,
Isaiah
yeah.
Chavez, and I don't hear it much anymore. What about Isaiah Chavez? Look, he lived a charmed life. Like as a walk-on QB5, he got a chance. He was a star. He's got commercials out of it. He was never the quarterback of the future. From where I'm sitting.
No,
I
he
don't-
wouldn't.
okay.
He's a sentimental.
Yes,
He's a sentimental favorite. Yeah. No. In fact, I want to talk about it. Not change subject. I really want to talk about the local kids and all the games this last weekend. It was hard to believe how many good games. I don't remember ever starting out with all these great games. I mean, you guys talked a lot about Sandy and that Thymes kid. I don't know if I'm
Yes.
pronouncing his name right.
Yes.
But you talked a lot about him, but you didn't talk anything about. You said West Mesa won big, but you didn't talk anything about Brody and his son and what his son did. And his son threw for 4 touchdown passes and ran for 2 touchdowns. And I know it was against Santa Fe, and they're not really considered to be that good. But I wanted to give a little, something to him. And then also, I watched that kid, the Trujillo kid that's coming to UNM.
He was terrific. 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Well, it was 4 touchdowns and a 90-yard.
Yeah, but he scored
kickoff
5.
return.
Yeah.
And if you watched him, once he catches the ball, he's got moves that he faked out like 3 guys this one time. I mean, what an excellent ball player he was. And then, no one's talked about Volcano Vista because they're always the 3rd place
In that
team or
district.
something in that conference. But, they beat, now I don't know if Cruces is any good, but I know how good Cruces normally is. and they beat the heck out of Cruces, and they have some new quarterback I never even heard of. In fact, I'm at the gym. I couldn't even tell you his name, but I was just wondering what's going to happen to Volcano Vista in this mix. And then the big game this week, it's hard to believe, but La Cueva's playing Cleveland.
That's right.
I mean, that's crazy. So anyway, it's really neat that all these teams are doing so well, and we don't know much about them. And after this week, maybe we'll know a little bit more. So, but I just wanted to say something about that Bariotti kid too.
Yep, no, it's all good. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate you.
Okay, guys.
There's
See you guys.
there's a bunch of good things in there. First of all, West Mesa looked terrific, and Landrick Brody's son was good. They beat Santa Fe in a big way. To me, the biggest story is La Cueva. The biggest story to me is La Cueva, and it's kind of a sub-story to this. Coming out of the first week of high school football, Malachi Thymes going for 7 touchdowns is huge. I mean, best performance. But La Cueva not only winning at Rio Rancho, but their defense not giving up a point. The 7 points that Rio Rancho scored was on a pick 6, winning 30-7 convincingly, beating the team that knocked him out of the state semifinals last year, and now getting a shot. Look, if they beat Cleveland this week, if they make it a sweep over those two teams, we got a clear favorite, don't we? I mean, Centennial's got something to say about it because they went to Cleveland and won. But if La Cueva, and it's a big if they somehow beat Cleveland this week and start out the season 2-0 by beating those two big bad boys, the two teams that played for a state championship, I don't know how you start the season by making a bigger statement than that.
You don't. And it's a shakeup, and you'd like to see a little spice, even though it's early in the season. Cleveland, they got the athletes. They're going to rally off some games. They're going to come right back in this mix. I'm really excited to see how Centennial continues to play with the way Aaron Ocampo is talking up that offensive line. And they came in with a chip on their shoulder, and there was a bit of a, all right, we got this feeling from Cleveland, and it wasn't the case. So they're going to have to reset. And new coaching staff, but the players have the same expectations.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. So the Yankees snapped their losing skid. They won a couple of games. Did you catch the act by Garrett Cole yesterday pretending that he wanted to fight? There's want-to-fight guy, and then there's faux want-to-fight guy. Did you watch that yesterday? It's kind of cute. We'll get into that a little bit as well. 505-246-0610. What's your financial goal? You have many of them, right? Financial goals, plural. Kirtland Federal Credit Union has products and personal service that can get you to reach your financial goals. So anything from planning for retirement, because they've got retirement services, Kirtland Financial Services. You could talk to an advisor today and start walking the path to a confident future. Looking to improve your home? Turn the value in your home into cash. You can use that for home improvements, upgrades, more. Looking for a new home? Wide variety of mortgage programs. Partner with a team of friendly, knowledgeable mortgage experts. And if you're looking to buy a vehicle, competitive rates, unbeatable service. They will help you drive away in the vehicle you want. Payments with which you can live. So what's your goal? Figure it all out at Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Stop by any branch or go online at kirtlandfcu.org. That's kirtlandfcu.org. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com.
Well, if you've been watching any baseball, all you hear about is the Yankees and their struggles. Saw Aaron Boone bang the table this weekend. Yankees beat the Blue Jays yesterday. They're still in first place. I firmly believe everything's going to be fine. Scuffle in August, he'll be fine in October. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, Adrian's producing on television. Watch the show on ProView Networks. Comcast Channel 26, Facebook page, the OD and the AM. YouTube, the ProView Network YouTube page. So Yankees and Blue Jays go at each other yesterday, and late in the game, Alex Manoah, who's a really good pitcher for the Blue Jays, came in high and tight, and he hit Aaron Judge. Hit him. It's a situation where you wouldn't expect a guy to throw at somebody. Why would he throw at him? It was in the 5th inning. He hit him with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Pitch got away. Judge kind of looked at him, took a few steps towards him, and then went to first base. Manoah and Aaron Judge, the pitcher and the guy who got hit, had a conversation. Well, Garrett Cole, the starting pitcher, who took the loss on Saturday, came out of the dugout and was jawing and was screaming and like he wanted a piece of Manoah, which, by the way, he wanted nothing to do with Manoah, right?
Judge is one, he's like, oh, but he was just walking from first base. He didn't think anything of it. He didn't think it was malicious. He was actually trying to tell Garrett Cole to simmer down. And Garrett Cole, he's really good, but he's got to be the worst dude to be around. He freaks out about everything. Over his skis in this moment in time. Did you think the Yankees needed that? It's 2-1 game, 5th inning. Did you think that the Yankees needed a moment like, hey, I'm going to step up? But you're going to go fight the opposing pitcher? You're not going to do anything in that moment in time.
Manoah said, I hit Judge. He understood. I wasn't trying to hit him. I told him I wasn't. I think he understood that. He says, and I think if Garrett this is a quote, I think if Garrett wants to do something, he can walk past the Audi sign next time. End quote. The Audi, little Audi sign written, chalked painted on the grass. It was all show. Garrett Cole afterwards kind of simmered down. Just one too many. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just what a bad scene.
Same thing you didn't know what to say about Spider Tack. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you want to get upset? Look, if Garrett Cole would have gone out, Manoah would have.
I think it would have been
ugly, dude.
I think it's one thing if you're trying to fire up your team, be a voice, maybe chirping from the dugout. I'm going to say a couple things, but it's 2-1 game. You jumping on the field, it's just doing too much from Garrett Cole. Like, everything he does is over the top. Is
he worth it anymore?
He's our best pitcher.
Okay.
I'm sure he's fine with his teammates in the locker room, but there's a lot of Garrett Cole antics that, on the outside, are just very annoying.
Yeah, just you look at it. Really? Do I need it anymore? All right. Got a few more songs for Tommy that Tommy could sing. Where'd they go? Tom Brady sang Nickelback songs because he's a quarterback. See what he did there? This is all on the text line, 505-246-0610. Tommy sniffled through Crimea River. Tommy Boy sang Your Cheating Heart. I guess I already gave you those. Where did I get the other ones? Are they on the email? You keep them coming, though. Mud says La Cueva wins and beats the Giants in New Mexico high school football, so that means they beat Cleveland. October 13th, La Cueva plays West Mesa. West Mesa will beat them. Okay. Text line, Amory. Just a reminder, the Vikings are the only active NFL franchise to exist for 60-plus years without ever winning a championship.
Thank you for the reminder.
It seems very personal.
Yeah, it does.
I'm aware.
Very direct shot.
I know.
I mean, it's just right there. Tommy's song, The Gambler, from Kenny Rogers, from Ken. Okay, it's more a Charles Barkley song. Harold says J.J. Buck equals Highland volleyball. Do I know how you equal
What?
Highland? Yeah. New Mexico Highlands. Jeff, it sounds like J.J. Buck has stigma damage. Do you have stigma damage?
I hope not.
Kind of like Highlands, who I heard came in here tired and beat up. How does that happen before the first friendly of the season? P.S. I talked to folks that really wanted to go to the game, but they didn't because they didn't want to mess with the vaccine requirements at Wise Pies. We could find any new info, so we all assume they're carried over from Lowell Bass. What are you talking about?
Stopped
man?
that a while ago.
Harold, stop. Who'd you talk to that didn't go to a volleyball match against Highlands because they were worried about? I mean, is that a real thing? Honestly. And you could have called. There's no more vaccine requirements to get into Lowell Athletics. Stopped a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
All right. Wow. I'm like, is that really still a thing? Dan says 12 days until Nedward, Abraham James, and injured Juan Jose. Jeffrey Iana Maria, how does JJ's health impact the pregame show for Maine? JJ?
It doesn't.
How about that? This dude plays hurt. This dude continues to play hurt. This dude doesn't miss a day. That's what you get out of him.
It might take me a little bit longer to get to the press box.
That's a good point, man. You're going to have to take the elevator, aren't you?
Be on the elevator, stopping. 8 people get out. 7 more people get on the next one.
Yeah. You're going to, yes. All right. This is kind of news, and we talked about this guy earlier on the show today. By the way, Danny Gonzalez was on with us at 8 o'clock, and he did break the news that the starting quarterback for Lowell football is going to be Miles Kendrick. Miles Kendrick, the transfer from Kansas, won the job. And we were talking about kickers as well. George Steinkamp had a 65-yard kick, and Danny said George is maybe the strongest leg he's ever seen, right, or ever coached. And I asked him, did you recruit Matt, or did you coach Matt Ariza? He says he recruited the punt god. Well, the Bills have cut the veteran punter Matt Hack, and so Matt Ariza, the punt god from San Diego State, is made the team and won the job with the Buffalo Bills. So you got another Mountain West player in the National Football League. There was the point god, right? That's Chris Paul. The punt god is San Diego State kicker and now Buffalo Bills kicker Matt Araiza. 82 yards, dude.
It was easy to see he was going to win that job.
Was it? I guess it is. I mean, if you're going to draft,
He was
a
the
punter,
best punter in college football last year.
and he was the third punter drafted. Is that because? Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what kind of competition he played against San Diego State. He's not an SEC punter. And you know how you hear that crap all the time. Well, I don't know if he's very good because, well, he played in the Mountain West. Is that good for punters too?
I am going to look and see who was drafted before him.
There were 2 punters taken before him. His final year at San Diego State, he averaged over 51 yards a punt. That broke an NCAA record. Now, is that because he played against bad competition or was it altitude? On punts in between the 30s last year, Araiza put 63% inside the 20-yard line, 27% inside the 10. Average field position was the 16-yard line. He's the reigning Ray Guy Award winner.
Okay, so
The best punter in the nation. Why are you laughing at me?
You're right, Jeff.
Of course I'm right.
First punter selected, Jordan Stout.
From where?
Penn State.
Did he make the team? Who took him? Who took him?
It says it was Baltimore.
All right.
Actually, in part of trade. Next punter, 3 selections later, Jake Camarda from Georgia.
Oh yeah, man, those SEC and Big Ten punters, they've got to be better. I mean, they're up against way better competition in the SEC, and so they can kick under pressure. Are you bleeping me? Like honestly, tell me where I'm wrong here.
Who was he punting to? It's only Mountain West competition.
It's so stupid.
And they got him first pick of the 6th round.
Yeah, and he made the team. So you told me it was Baltimore was one of the teams that took a punter?
Yes.
Right? And who's the other team?
51.2 yards per punt, setting an FBS single season record at sea level. 40 punts down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Most in FBS football in 2021. Also made 6 tackles.
I think Jordan Stout made the team, by the way, Baltimore.
Also kicks off. He was a place kicker for 3 seasons.
The punt god.
Biggest miss in the NFL draft. Teams are letting that man get to the 6th
letting the
round.
punt god go to the 6th round.
The 3rd punter selected.
Because, he only it's bad competition. It was only Mountain West. He didn't punt for Penn State or Georgia. Are you out of your stinking mind? I think some of the great receivers, by the way, of all times, and receiver is one of those, wow, who did he play for? What did he play? Some of the best receivers in the NFL now, let alone of all time, have not come. All right, Devontae Adams, Fresno State. I was doing this exercise the other day in my mind. I didn't write
Jerry
everything down.
Rice.
Well, Jerry Rice, Mississippi Valley State. So that was the first one that came to my mind, right?
Cooper Kupp,
Eastern Washington. Yeah, those would be 2 of your best receivers in the National Football League right now, right? I mean, yeah, did some come from SC and Georgia and Ohio State? Yes. But they can come from anywhere. People can
Adam
play.
Thielen?
Little Division III, what?
Mankato.
Yeah, Mankato State. See? You don't have to be from Georgia and SC and Ohio State and Alabama. And if you can punt at San Diego State at sea level, wow. But yeah, what competition was it against? Are you bonkers? So the Buffalo Bills got a pretty good punter. Look, it's a big position. You may tell me punters can change games, field position. Shut up, Jeff. No, really. And kickers? How many times have we had this conversation? 30-something% of games are decided by 3 points or less. Find yourself a damn kicker.
I think Justin Tucker's getting $24 million.
Because he sings opera?
Clutch.
Because he is super clutch. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. More of your response. Miles Kendrick is a Lobo quarterback. Danny Gonzalez made that announcement this morning. Continuing to get your reaction to the Lobo quarterback. International Protective Service, IPS. You see their vehicles all around town. Who are they? What are they? They are a private security company that I have trusted for years to watch my home. Hundreds of homeowners and business owners around Albuquerque protect them because they keep the bad guys away. You know that property crime's been on the rise. You also know that there's an officer shortage. And so how can IPS help you? Well, they can patrol your home. Highly trained armed guards, 24-hour patrols. They keep the bad guys away. They come by my house twice a day. My neighbors feel secure. We like it. And when we go out of town, they do extra things like roll garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day, pick up newspapers and mail and packages that are left on the porch so somebody else doesn't get it. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. Aaron is committed to this city and to your protection. IPS's number is 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together.
So much going on. Did you see the Cowboys punt returner over the weekend? Kickoff return. Did you see, 2 of them? You got 2 returns?
Kavonte Turpin.
I think they found their guy. Is that how you make a team?
He was the USFL MVP
I think that's how you do it.
for the New Jersey Generals.
Well, yeah, that's how you make a team.
Those special teams.
OD in your AM. Thanks for being with us on a Monday. Jeff, JJ,
Busy
Marie,
Monday.
and Adrian. What's that? It
Busy
is
Monday.
Yeah, and they're going to get busier now.
Very
The
busy.
Mondays, we sit here a week from Monday. we're going to have final cuts coming in. We're going to be talking about New Mexico State's first game of the season that had already happened. We're going to talk about the Lobos' first game of the season that is coming up. We're going to be looking, I mean, there's going to be college football over the weekend. We got, like, if you looked at the 0-week schedule, there's actually, we got league games in power leagues that are coming up this weekend. You've got 0 week all of a sudden takes on, you got Nebraska Northwestern, Wyoming's at Illinois, the Aggies are playing on TV, Vanderbilt at Hawaii. I think North Texas UTEP is an interesting Conference USA game. I think it's a really interesting Conference USA game to get started. So you got interesting stuff coming up.
When are we doing our picks?
This week. We need to do all that this week.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's some, you know, I mean, I don't know. Put it on the schedule. But yeah,
On the schedule.
Maybe just Friday. You want to just do it Friday?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do it on Friday. Hello, Howie.
Well, good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Good. How's things?
Well, you know, it's going good. You know, I'm a little concerned about Mud. I mean, I appreciate his enthusiasm because I think Lobo football will be improved, but parlaying it with West Mesa, next thing you know, he's going to tell me Cavante Turpin's going to be the MVP of the league and the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl.
He might not tell you that. Yeah.
Mud, you need to be careful. You're a good guy. I like you, but you know what? HR could be listening. You could be set up for a random in no time.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? So right.
Yeah, so be careful. Hey, and how about Hoser, man? Tom Brady, the Masked Singer, and Hoser's the next American Idol, huh?
I think that's perfect too. Hoser.
Yeah,
Hoser had talents. When Hoser used to come in here and tell us about the story or the jobs that he's had, like all the different carnations of Josue over the years. Amory, he would tell us all these jobs that he did. He's had 15 careers. And I remember the one that was amazing to me was he used to work for the airline and he would empty had to put the hose up to empty the.
Oh yeah, you guys told me.
I remember that one.
Yeah, the poopy receptacle, the swaloosh, and it would leak all over the place, go everywhere. Yeah, he was talented.
I tell you, that Hoser was a good guy, or he is a good guy. Excuse me. Hey, and the only thing better than saying that Tom Brady was over at taking a hiatus for the Masked Singer, saying he was going to sing a duo with Antonio Brown. You know, that would have been the best way to go with it.
That'd be cute. See, those two should do Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. Well, nothing's worse than going into my lodge yesterday afternoon, having a couple of beers, and listening to all the Cowboy fans there proclaiming how great the Cowboys are going to be. They beat the Chargers, and I'm like, guys, look at who played that game. Please, ease off the happy juice. I love me some Cowboys, but we're going to win the division again and be knocked out in the first round. Let's keep it real, right,
I'm
guys?
not sure you're going to win the division.
Great day.
All right, see ya. I'm not sure they're going to win the division. Is anybody picking them to win the division anymore, except for Cowboy fan? You picking them? I know you got the Eagles. I heard you say that the other day on your
I
show.
do have the Eagles.
Everybody's got the Eagles. Everybody is riding the Eagles. So there's a few people who are loving the Giants that think the Giants might be really good. Nobody's saying a word about Washington because I think Washington's defense could be decent. Now, can Carson Wentz be anything? Who do you like in that division?
Philadelphia.
Everybody's on
by a game over Dallas.
Okay. At about what, 9-8, 9-7, 9 and 8 would be the right number. So
10-7.
10-7. All right.
By the way, Antonio Brown was on the first ever episode of The Masked Singer.
Yeah, but
he was
not
the
with Tommy.
First one eliminated.
Yeah, but he should be with Tommy. All right. More Tommy.
I got you covered.
more on Tommy's song. The text line. Tommy's song, "Talk to You Later" by the Tubes. Belichick's song would be "Sounds of Silence."
I like that.
And then he also says, "Where's the Houston Baptist punter? He was awesome in last year's game against the Lobos. Might still be at Houston Baptist for all I know." All right, you still coming in on there? Yeah. What song would Tommy sing? I'm down. But yeah, did you look at the slate of games in 0 week? It's not a big thing, and I don't even know why it's 0 week because we're almost getting to be a relatively, I don't know. I mean, it's not robust, but I got
when
enough
does it become
games.
week 1?
Seriously, when does it become week 1? I've got probably, what are there, 12, 13 games on there? And you've got games that you could start off at 10 o'clock in the morning And on CBS Sportsnet, you can watch Western Kentucky play Austin Peay. All right, you're like, yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. Then on Fox at 10:30 in the morning, you can watch Nebraska Northwestern. That interests you, right? It's a Big Ten conference game. Then at 1:30 in the afternoon on CBS Sportsnet, you get a Mountain West game. UNLV plays Idaho State. All right, fine. Wait a half hour. FS1.
New Mexico plays Maine.
Right. No, exactly right. Exactly right. Wait a half hour. 2 o'clock on FS1, Utah State and UConn. Also at the same time on the Big Ten Network. And this is an interesting watch to me. Honestly, of all the games that I'm looking at so far, aside from the Nebraska Northwestern game, I'm interested to see Wyoming go to Illinois. Are you?
I am too.
I think that's intriguing. All right? I'm not going to watch Duquesne and Florida State on the ACC network.
Why not?
Because I'll be watching something else.
Let's go Duquesne.
But I might watch Charlotte play Florida
State
Atlantic.
prime for an upset. They love to lose games like this.
They do. They do. I'll watch a little Charlotte FAU, Conference USA. The one game that's not on TV, like the only game that I don't see a TV attached to is something that I'd be really interested in. That's UTEP versus North Texas. How's there nothing on that?
Seems like there'd be a CBS Sports Network game.
Or a plus or something. And then at 8 o'clock at night, Nevada and New Mexico State. 8:30, Hawaii hosting Vanderbilt. So did I only see a 6.5 point line on Hawaii Vanderbilt? Because with all due respect, and I want to...
Is Utah State UConn in there?
Yeah, I said that. Utah State UConn is on FS1.
So Utah State, 28-point favorite right now.
28?
Yeah. Wyoming, 10-point dogs. Not too bad.
How come I can't get a line on 0 week? What the hell's going on here? What's the...
Nevada.
Wait, tell me, what did you tell me Wyoming is?
28-point favorite.
Wyoming's a 28-point favorite against Illinois?
Yeah.
No. Wyoming and Illinois.
Oh, Wyoming's 10-point dog.
Okay.
I'm talking about Utah State, I'm sorry.
What is Vanderbilt, Hawaii?
Vanderbilt, 7.5-point favorite.
All right. As much as, like, I'm a Mountain West guy, and I get it's in Hawaii, tell me how that's not the steal of the week, taking Vanderbilt and laying 7.5 points. A brand new Hawaii team, brand new quarterback, brand new coach. Everybody's new. You got an SEC team.
Vandy was 2-10 last year.
I get it, and that's why the number's so small. Tell me why I should buy Hawaii on that. Because that feels like a Vanderbilt steal. David, good morning to you.
A couple of things. All the talk about network coverage of college football just begs the question, how dead is everything but SEC and Big Ten? And ultimately, I'm of the opinion that neither of them should add other teams. I think they're fine at 16. If they're going to add other teams, I think they should ultimately add good. That said, I still think San Diego State, Boise State, Colorado State, and Notre Dame go to the Pac-12. And I say that because a lot of people are looking at Texas A&M as ultimately the new up-and-coming SEC team that's going to knock off Alabama. And they beat Alabama last year, but ultimately didn't win the SEC. Just begs the entire question, especially as you go into all these conferences, how dead is college football outside of the Big Ten and the SEC when, as you're going to all these matchups, all these television broadcast connections, there's still plenty to watch, including everything that's not Big Ten and SEC.
Yeah, I don't think it's dead at all. I think you got two big conferences right now, but I think everybody in the Big 12 is excited. I think Oregon fans and Cal fans and Stanford fans and Arizona fans and Utah and Colorado are still excited. I think the ACC is still excited. I don't think it's dead at all.
And to that point, my basic question is, everybody is of the opinion that they need to get bigger, but there's a point of diminishing return. Economically, if you add more teams to the Big Ten and SEC, you're going to spread the money. Ultimately, you need good hand-picked teams, but if you add one, you need another one, so you're not just going to go to add teams. And ultimately, it just begs the question, like the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, they could all add some of these teams that are ultimately in discussion now. Mm-hmm. And I guess the question is, how worthwhile, because as
That's what
seasons
they're all
ramp
trying to
up
figure
and
out.
all this network coverage of all these lesser conferences, it just seems like there's plenty to look for outside of the Big Ten and the SEC.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they're all trying to figure out, David, is what's the value there. Appreciate your call, because it's actually makes you think a little bit. I don't think it's dead at all. I mean, do you feel college football is dead outside of those two conferences? Those are the
college
two most
football
relevant.
is huge.
College football is the second most popular sport in our country after the NFL. Proven.
Yeah, it's not dead because those markets pop. I think there's a challenge in the Western United States for college football right now.
There is. All right, we got to take this final break. We'll come back. I'll tackle that conversation. You can as well, but I've got my thoughts on what he had to say. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
On you guys on this whole masked singer thing that Tom Brady allegedly is, that's where he is. So is the song kind of in relation to who the person is?
No.
Okay. Because Adrian said he could sing Major Tom. It's kind of good, no?
Yes.
Why are you over there kind of, I see you're like, yeah, cute, but you don't buy, that's one of the better ones. No?
It's good. There's been some good suggestions this morning.
I haven't disliked one.
I like it.
I haven't either. All right. I got a text on football. Lobos have to beat UTEP, have to beat Maine. There are 4, maybe 5 teams I don't think they can win, it says. But I haven't been to practice. Can they compete against Boise State at home? Can they compete against Boise? JJ, you've been really tough on this one. You don't think they can?
I don't think they're ready to compete with Boise State.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I don't think they're going to be a better football team.
All right. I want to see the first game. This is where it's so hard. And I asked someone how good, the defense looks really good, but is it because the offense might not be good? I don't know. So until I see him against someone else, and the week 3 game is really the one, don't you think? The week 3 game against UTEP is the one. And UTEP's going to be good. This isn't the old UTEP anymore. It also says UNM COVID shot rule ended at the end of global basketball. You need some excitement in your life? Not one of those games interests me. Which games? Oh, the games this weekend. There's a lot of games. Like Wyoming, Illinois interests me. UTEP, North Texas, and now I run a bowl game, dude. That's my business. A lot of these games interest me early in the season. But Wyoming, Illinois interests me. Nebraska, Northwestern interests me. New Mexico State, Nevada interests me. All 3 of those games do. And now I'm looking at lines. North Texas is a 1-point favorite at UTEP. North Texas was 6-6 when 5 of their last 5 games last year. UTEP was 7-6.
It's a wild season for North Texas.
Yeah. Seth Luttrell was on. It was going to be sketchy. And then, New Mexico State getting 9, anywhere between 9 and 9.5 at home. Is that enough for you to take the Aggies? Nevada's in. Nevada's got a new coach, a new quarterback, a new staff, a new system. So do the Aggies. Is 9.5 enough for you to jump on New Mexico State at home? I'm listening. Come on, Basic Better. Which way are you going? You don't have to be. You don't have to go with the home guys.
I don't always go with the home guys.
I know. You can go the other way.
I'm seeing videos of Tom Brady back in the building.
Okay, so Tommy's back.
Just to let you know.
All right.
That's what Pat McAfee just said.
Well, that's good. So Tommy's back. Everything's fine with the world.
I think everything's fine, guys.
It's good. His press conference is going to be awesome, by the way, because he's just going to have that Tommy smirk on him.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody want 9.5 of the Aggies? You can take Nevada. You taking Nevada? You're laying the 9.5, aren't you? It's guessing. It's guessing.
Yes, I know it's guessing, but
no.
Game, like, if I was putting money down, I wouldn't touch it because there's no feel either way.
I wouldn't take it either. That's exactly my point.
So I'm not even putting money down on it. And I'm like, I don't know which way I'd go right now.
Right. So there's some games you don't like. If you're going to tell me, how do you bet week 1 of college football when you don't know squat?
Especially in this instance.
Especially in that one, right? No freaking idea. And that's what betting week 1 of college football is.
Home team. If you got it, I think didn't it start at it was 12.
It was 12. It's being bet all the way down. Yeah, if you can get it back up to double digits, yes.
I'll take NMSU plus 9.5.
All right. I think I would do that too. I think that's where I would be too.
Try to get that higher number.
I like Vanderbilt. I got a home team in Hawaii getting 6.5, 7. I'm like, damn. I think I got to take the SEC on the road against a Mountain West team that's picked last in their division. So is Vanderbilt. I got it, but it's a Mountain West team with everything brand new and absolute turmoil. A first-time head coach, I get it. Vanderbilt's traveling around the globe, but it's the first game of the season. It's not like they're tired. I don't know how you don't take Vandy and lay the 6.5, 7 points. I got no idea. New Mexico.
Hawaii.
You will?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that. I have no idea on New Mexico State, Nevada. UTEP getting a point at home against the Mean Green. I don't know. Give me UTEP. Give me the home team. Illinois minus 10. Wyoming's getting 10 on the road. You like Wyoming getting 10? I'll take Illinois and lay the 10.
I'll take the money line.
You take and you take.
I won't
who?
touch spreads.
Who are you going to take on the money line?
The home team.
Okay. All right. Utah State's getting laying
UTEP
20.
could return up to 6 starters in offense, 8 on defense.
UTEP can be nice, dude. They lose their stud receiver, but UTEP could be nice.
Gotta like the Miners at home.
Yeah, I do too. Thanks to Danny Gonzalez, the head football coach at UNM, with us this morning. He told you that Miles Kendrick is Lobo starting quarterback. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. We're back with award-winning radio starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. A. Marie, great work.
Thank you.
Adrian, terrific look today, as always. Big day for you.
Huge day.
I take care of that knee.
Will do.
Back tomorrow morning. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Thanks for being with us. Have a great day.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sound of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's not